I'm Louis. I'm a security engineer, and I'm the founder of PromptShield. I'm going to show you in about 20 minutes how your enterprise data is leaking into AI platforms and present a solution I've developed that can prevent data loss while still enabling your employees to use AI platforms. So, with that, let's get into it. All right. So, according to a report by Avanti, 46% of office workers use AI tools that are not provided by their employer. And 38% of IT workers admit to using unauthorized generative AI tools. Another study by Software AG found that half of all employees now engage in shadow AI practices. A different report from Deloitte found that more than 60% of knowledge workers use AI tools for work. Layer X found that organizations have pretty much zero visibility into 89% of AI usage despite having security policies in place. So, what does this mean? It means that your most sensitive data is leaving your organization one prompt at a time. There are 18, 20 plus AI platforms where your employees unknowingly share confidential data. Do you trust all these platforms with your data? I don't. According to IBM's Cost of Data Breach report, in 2024 at least, the average global cost of data breaches was $4.88 million, 10% increase from the previous year. So how does it happen? Well, here's an example, right? I'm a developer. Hey, ChatGPT, I have this list of customer data. Can you please write a Python function that validates the phone number and SSN fields to ensure they're in the correct format? You paste this in, and guess what? You just had data loss. So here's some other scenarios, right? Maybe in Perplexity, an HR employee uploads some employee database information in CSV form. Software engineer pasting API keys into ChatGPT, etc., etc. So what's the risk? Well, huge regulatory fines, right? If caught. Uh, Customer trust is lost, right? And your intellectual property, source code, proprietary data, secrets are now in the hands of those AI platforms. So, where do most traditional DLP solutions fall short? Well, they're built for email, files, and not conversational AI interactions, right? They scan after data is already sent to these AI platforms. And there's zero visibility when employees upload files directly to AI tools, right? There's binary kind of allow, deny decisions that kill productivity or security. And employees learn about these violations sometimes weeks later through like reports. Um, so this is expensive, it's also cumbersome, hard to administer. So introducing PromptShield. So PromptShield is a browser extension and API. So far, we're on Chrome and Edge in the extension stores that provides real-time monitoring and protection across these AI platforms, preventing sensitive data exposure with intelligent risk-based blocking, comprehensive audit trails for your security team, enterprise-grade security, and plus we have a developer API for custom DLP integrations. So you could also use our patterns to build your own custom DLP applications. So we have over 150 different sensitive data types. We're always adding more. Think personally identifiable information, SSNs, etc., credit cards, API keys. Uh, we also support file uploads to these platforms up to 50 meg, where we can perform scanning on the content of those files with many different formats supported. We provide real-time input scanning before submission, so users get blocks or warning messages before it's actually sent to the platform, right? Um, we also provide context-aware risk assessment. Also provide, comprehensive audit trails for your security team as well. So again, DLP browser extensions best used in a managed Chrome or Edge environment. We have that REST API, DLP backend for custom applications, and also supports our extension, obviously. We provide, configuration of customer webhooks, so you can get real-time notifications on alerts from these extensions to your SIM or Slack or custom endpoint, PagerDuty, etc. Um, we provide sensitivity level configuration via customer API, right? So you can control the alert types and frequency of those alerts, right? So you can see here, the different data classifications that fall within our severities. And you can see sort of a matrix of how our backend provides logic for either blocking, warning, or taking no action. So if the backend through the extension detected you had a severity finding, as an example, right? And the sensitivity setting you had set for your organization was low, it would provide a warning message, but still allow the user to proceed, giving them education, right? But if it was a high backend security finding and you had a medium sensitivity setting, you would actually get a block action. All this is documented, by the way, on our website, an API documentation. So here's an overall flow, right? Sort of architectural, you know, outline of our extensions and backend. And the way it functions, again, is user provides input into those AI platforms. The extension in combination with the DLP API performs the actual scanning or of text input or the file uploaded. DLP API makes a decision using the decision engine, and then the user interface either allows that content if it doesn't find anything, or blocks, warns, depending on the severity, sensitivity, and also allows the user to potentially override, which I'll talk a little bit about later. All right, let's get into a live demonstration. So I have ChatGPT here. I'm going to act as if I'm a developer, potentially pasting in some employee onboarding information into a system, maybe for some analysis. You can see I have some dummy data here, right? My extension is running here. You can see it's fully connected to our backend API, has a valid license, current sensitivity level of medium, and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and try and submit this. What happens? Uh-oh, we have sensitive data detected, potentially social security numbers, personal information, geographic data, IP data. And at this point in this blocking model, I can either edit the content and resubmit, whereas if there's still sensitive data, they will still not be able to proceed. Or I can submit anyway, potentially providing a justification like this is sample data for X project, right? And we submit. So what do we get? We get a DLP override recorded notification. And if you have a webhook set up, you could send an alert to your SIM or Slack or other platforms. You can see I have a security alerts channel here where this webhook is being sent to. And we have some metadata about what type of finding it was, the different types, what was the risk level, client IP, the platform they were using, override reason, etc. So let's see if we can also get a warning model here for demonstration. Here's some team contacts, right? Maybe put in here some more dummy data. You can see this is a warning model where the user still gets education, the potential threats that are detected. They can edit to proceed, or they can ignore and continue. Right? That was ChatGPT. Let's head over to Perplexity and we'll try a file upload. So I have a CSV here with plethora of sample data. Go ahead and upload this. You can see here we get another warning model. And this one, you can see lots of different dummy data types were detected. And again, you can review and edit, upload anyway, get the override justification, or cancel the upload, right? So that's the basic overview. I did want to show a little bit of the customer APIs that are available. This is how you'd actually administer the backend as the security or operations team. All calls to the backend to configure or needing an API key to authenticate. You can see all the different scanning APIs are here. You can see the different info types, right? You can manage your sensitivity for when models will warn, block, or not take action. Configure webhooks and test them here, license operations, etc. So um, that's basically the overview. If you'd like, go ahead and head to our website, promptshield.cloud, and you'll see we have a 7-day trial available for you to try it out and see if it works for your organization. So I want to thank you for your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.